Yeah, I think the contrast between EU's MiCA framework, which is the markets and crypto asset regulations, and the US's regulatory approach, I think is one of the most significant competitive dynamics reshaping this global crypto world, especially when it comes to capital allocation, right? I think there's increasing visibility impacts where the projects are launched, where the institutional capital deploys, and where innovation occurs. And I think a lot of that is designed within these almost compare and contrast type regulatory frameworks. I think the MiCA regulation institutes, uniform EU market rules for crypto, and it creates, or it attempts to create at least, a single regulatory framework across, I think, 27 member states, right? I think crypto asset providers are able to provide their services across the EU jurisdictional border, and it's almost kind of like a passport, right? From other, which is also kind of famous from other EU finance regulations. I think this is in contrast to the US, where the crypto companies have to navigate SEC regulations, CFTC commodity oversight, state by state money transmission licensing, banking regulators, FinCEN, a bunch of these things, which can often be overlapping or conflicting, and there is no clarity. But I think it is safe to say that even as it stands today, who handles what is not clear, right? I think the EU regulation, is a landmark moment for high-profile crypto asset sectors. But I would argue that even with these compliance burdens, it's definitely creating a competitive advantage because MiCA applies to any business serving EU customers of regarding or where their business is based. I think this gives EU a much more extraterritorial reach that I would say the US regulations often lack for this moment because we are, as you know, quite ring fenced at the moment when it comes to crypto transactions within the United States. And I think these regulatory divergences are also creating, I think, a number of capital flow patterns. I think European institutions I see are investors are increasingly having a clearer regulatory pathways for crypto investment through MiCA, while in the US, the institutional investors still have to navigate a lot of regulatory uncertainty. I think they have actually done their first and second rounds of asset tokenization projects outside of the United States within the OECD and EU jurisdictions because of it.